Hey everybody, so in the last day I've been making progress on the UI and the UX of the new Potion dashboard. So I'm going to go through each of the little pieces I've changed and kind of talk about it a little bit. So first off, this is kind of the tab menu up here between the different things you can change and update. One change I made is that this used to scroll, and so now I made only this part scroll and the tab menu up there is sticky, so that kind of makes it always there. I changed some different labels, like these labels, kind of just making things make more sense with what they actually are. So let's take a look at these pages. So kind of what this is kind of the state of your previews. Right now, the purple shows that we're on this page, and then we can preview another page just to kind of see what our data looks like. But at the same time, something I still haven't done yet is whenever I click a page, I actually want this page settings to pop out. And so this will be where you'll change all the visual settings like background colors, fonts, things like that, as well as some just kind of settings like if you're going to have password protection on that page, if you're going to have different meta tags, change the page URL, things like that will all be here as well. And you'll kind of be able to see that preview update live. And so kind of the idea is that you'll be able to click around to these different pages, and then this will kind of stay up so that you can quickly change these things on different pages. And then it will, you can pop it down if you want to get it out of the way. And then the last big thing of this that I added was, which, it's not really functional yet, is when you click on this, then these will be default settings. Well, you'll set, it'll have a little bit different settings here, but it will have some of the visual things as well as like your default description and things like that. So that you'll set those once here, and that will be the default for all your pages. And then when you go into a page, you're actually just editing, kind of overriding for that page. So that's kind of how that's going to work. So curious to see what people think about that, like how much that makes sense or doesn't make sense. Go over here. This is the menu, and this is a little bit functional right now. You can kind of see I can update these pages right now. You can add more pages to your menu. Add a call to action, change some colors. This is kind of similar to how Potion was before, but it now lives here. And then this is going to be some general site-wide settings that I have not added much of yet. Let's see. So then I created this. This is also per page. So whenever you click a page, you can then click to edit the HTML and actually just inject HTML into just that page. And this is a similar thing where if I was highlighted, and I think I'll make this purple background when it's selected, the default settings. Now, if I go into here, this will then set the default HTML that will go on all pages. Another thing I did was, you don't really need these buttons when you're editing the HTML. So when you click that, it hides those, and then you just have this back button. And then the other kind of things I did was, just some styling with getting the heights of these to not go off the page. And I was having some issue. It took me a little while to get these scroll bars to look how I want and actually to go over. You got to have like the height set so that it can do that. Same with this preview window. I made it so it ends right here. And same with this. And that took me a little while. One decision that I decided to make is that I want everything, you're updating settings and things, right? Well, I want everything to go through this save button in the corner. And so whenever you save, it's going to save everything that you have changed, everything that's going on. The one thing I decided to make it different from that is on the snippet injection, because I don't want to be updating the preview when you're just like in the middle of writing code, because that would be buggy and you might have code that doesn't work or whatnot. And so I added this update preview, hopefully to be clear that when you click this, you're not actually saving it to your site yet. You're just going to update your preview so that when you go back, you can actually see what your HTML that you added looks like in the preview. And if you actually want to save it, you have to do it just like everything else. You have to click save. And then the last thing to show is this little mobile icon. You can flip this, so now you can see everything in the mobile version. And just a cool way to preview that. And then, obviously you can click back. So I'm getting close to, as you can see, kind of finishing up the UI UX for all this, have some things with some of the state around the default settings, and have some work to do with filling out the actual data or fields and things, because there's going to be more than this to have here. And then it's really going to be hooking up everything to save and all of that. So curious to hear kind of what you guys think about, just this dashboard, how it looks, things that you would change, things you don't like. And thanks for following along.